morning. We're not going to use any equipment today, so let's just go ahead and lie down and get started. So I want you to find neutral. Lie down on the mat. Feet about, or legs about hip width apart. Your feet are flat on the mat, toes spread, toes nice and relaxed, not scrunched up. Back of your head resting on that bridge, and that will give you a nice long neck, chin slightly tucked down, back of the arms and shoulders connected to the mat. Find neutral at your spine, so hip bones and pubic bone are on the same plane with that little gap of space between your low back and the mat. Let's take a deep breath in. Exhale. Deep breath in, belly rises. And exhale. One more time, deep breath in. As you exhale, draw that belly button in towards your spine. Think of like really tightening up everything in those lower abs, kind of pulling everything together. You have a nice corset around your hips and around your back. And your breathing is going to be into the ribs or into the back, so a little shallower as you're holding that alignment. Let's slowly bring our legs to tabletop and keeping that core nice and tight. Let's take a breath in. Exhale. I want you to pull your belly button towards the mat. So imprinting that lower back into the mat, and then inhale back to neutral. Exhale, pull the belly button in, imprint your back to the mat, and exhale, and inhale back to neutral. Exhale, pull, and inhale back to neutral. One more time. Exhale, pull that belly button in, imprinting that spine, and then inhaling back to neutral. Right here, let's go ahead and start with that right leg and extend it out at an angle and bring it in. Extend the left. So focus, as you alternate, focus on staying stable. Try not to use your head to stabilize the body. You can use the back of the arms. And your core is essential here for staying stable and not slipping on the mat. Your breaths are shallow. Try not to let your breaths go into the belly. We don't want to pooch our belly out. Let's do one more on each side. And then if you want, you can continue to alternate, or you're going to take both legs out. Now here, feel free to imprint, to push that lower back to the mat as you extend, or just keep it imprinted. So with these long levers, the legs are away from the body. It's a little harder. It's really hard to hold neutral. So let's imprint. Good. Bring the knees back to tabletop. Hands are on the front of your thighs. We're going to do a connected tabletop. So inhale, exhale, push the hands and the thighs together. Imprint your spine to the mat, belly button tight, and then relax. Inhale, exhale, push, hold, and relax. Inhale, exhale, push, and relax. Last one, inhale, exhale, push, imprinting that spine to the mat, and then relax. Good. You need to go ahead and release, pull the knees into the chest, just to kind of get a little release here. Let me see what's next. Woo. And breathe. All right, put your feet down, find neutral at your spine. Make sure, go through your checklist starting from the head. So you want the back of the neck long, your chin slightly tucked down, abs engaged, and let's bring those legs to tabletop. Now in a tabletop position, if you feel like it's very hard for you to hold in neutral, go into the imprinted position, the imprint alignment. So holding here, arms are down by our side. We're going to inhale, take those arms overhead, not all the way to the floor, maybe right about to your ears, and then exhale, bring those arms back. Inhale, take them over, and exhale. Go ahead and continue, but I want you to focus on taking note of what your body is doing as you take the arms overhead. So remember, Pilates is a mind-body practice. We want to know what our body is doing. Are we stable? Are we arching? Are we rocking? Are we slipping? And back. Good. Inhale, take it over. And as you exhale, this time I want your arms to come up, slight tuck of the chin, and lift that chest. Your eyes are going kind of right between your legs, and then inhale down. Exhale. Tuck the chin, lift the chest. You're lifting from the chest and the belly, and inhale down. Exhale. Tuck the chin, lift the chest, and inhale down. Exhale. Tuck the chin, lift the chest, hold here. Take a breath in. Exhale, can you reach a little higher or grab the backs of your legs? Try to get your chest up just a little bit. Core is really tight, and come on down. Let's do one more. And inhale, exhale, tuck the chin, lift the chest. Inhale, exhale, lift a little higher. You can always grab the legs. And then inhale down. And go ahead and release. Deep breath in. All right. Take those legs back down. Find your alignment. Go through that head to toe checklist. Legs come up to tabletop. So we're going to put the arms and the legs together. Let's inhale. Arms and legs go out. Exhale, bring them back. Arms and legs go out. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, imprint your spine. Exhale. Head is light on the mat. Try not to push it down to stabilize. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. If you want, lift the chest. Stay up. Inhale, arms go overhead. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. You can keep your head down and stay in neutral if you prefer. This is a progression. Arms just reaching overhead. Keep that chest lifted. And last one. And go ahead and release. Deep breath in. And out, turn your head to the left. Stretching out that neck. And turn your head to the right. And stretch it out. All right. Grab the backs of your legs. Kick yourself up. Okay. So we're going to work on that roll back and roll up. We're going to start with the assisted. So sitting up nice and straight. Hands behind your thighs. Sitting up on your sits bones. Shoulders, remember in here when we do this, shoulders stay down and our eyes stay forward. So try not to, as you're going down, we don't want to hike our shoulders up. We want them to stay down. So we're going to inhale, exhale, pull your belly button in, and start rolling off your sits bones. Shoulders are down. And let's just stop right here, and then inhale to come up. Good. Exhale. Let's go back. Inhale. Come up. Good. Sitting up nice and tall. Exhale. And inhale. Sit up nice and tall. And exhale. Pull that belly button in. Shoulders are down. And then right here, I want you to hold with your arms straight. And slowly lift one leg up to tabletop and then the other. Belly is still hollowed out. So belly's still tight, shoulders down. And then right here, I want you to just kind of try to balance. And then let's try a little rock. Just like a couple inches, an inch or two. Kind of going forward and back. Just forward and back. Do what you can. Good. And let's go ahead and come forward, release it, stretch it out. Deep breath in and out. All right, let's go all the way down. So sitting up nice and straight. Deep breath in. Exhale, pull your belly button in, shoulders stay down, eyes forward. Start rounding down. You want your lower back to hit first. Try to do this with control. Your legs lift off the mat. Head comes down. And then holding on to the back of your legs, we're going to inhale. Exhale, tuck the chin. Start lifting up through the chest. Drop the legs. Let the legs kind of pull you up, again with control. Now, if you find one of these easier than the other, then do the progression for that side and then do the assisted on the side that you are still having a little difficulty with. So sitting up nice and straight, shoulders down, deep breath in. Exhale, belly goes back. Lean back. Trying to get that low back to hit first. Slow down. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Tuck the chin. Lift the chest. Drop those legs. Just kind of let them pull you up and come on up. So continue doing the assisted or mixing because we're going to go into the progression now. So sitting up nice and straight, legs extended, arms extended. Inhale, exhale. Remember, shoulders stay down. Pull that belly in. So rounding that back, that lower back. And you're going to start to just come down with control. Good. Your arms can go overhead. Inhaling, exhale. Nice slow exhale. Tuck the chin, start rolling up, pulling up from the chest and the belly, and then sit up straight. Inhale, exhale, pull the belly in, roll down. Arms overhead, inhale, exhale, tuck the chin, and roll up. Chest, lifting from the chest and the belly. Let's do one more. Inhale, exhale. Tucking the belly in, coming down with control. Again, if you need assistance to come up, that's okay. Shoulders stay down, eyes are forward. Nice, nice job. Good. All right. So let's stay on our forearms, or let's stay facing up, and we're going to go on to our forearms. But go ahead and give yourself a little stretch. Pull your knees into the chest. All right. So we're going to put our arms down. And what's important here is you don't want these arms way behind you. You want your arms or your elbows kind of under the shoulders. And we stay up through the shoulders. So no sinking down. Stay up through the shoulders. Really root those forearms down into the mat. Keep your ribs down. We don't want these ribs to lift up and flare because we don't want our back arching, all right? So you can either have your back in neutral or flex, where you're kind of pulling the belly button in and pushing to the mat. So choose where it feels best for you, just not in an extension position or an arched position, okay? Eyes are going to stay focused forward, and we're going to start with one leg straight, one leg bent. So you can imprint your spine here, you can flex it, or you can stay in neutral. Up through your shoulders, and we're going to go into a single leg stretch. So just take it in and out. Now the lower the leg, a little bit harder, you can take it up higher. Go where it's comfortable for you. Stay up through the shoulders. 4, 5, 6. Good. Let's switch legs. Extend. Extend. 2 more. 5, 6. Good. Now if you want, you can continue to alternate, or we're going to do double leg. So belly button nice and tight, really tighten up. You want to try not to go forward and backward on the mat, and just a double leg stretch. Let's do 2 more. 1, 2, heels together and out. So your knees are slightly turned outward. 3, let's do 3 more. 3, 2, 1, and then bend the knees, belly button nice and tight, remember no arching, and tap down, lift it up. Make sure you're moving from the hip and not just bending and straightening at the knee. So the whole leg is moving. Let's do 1 more, and then lie back and bring those knees in and turn your head to the right. And just kind of rock it out. And breathe. Nice breaths. Turn your head to the left. All right. Grab the backs of your legs, kick yourself up, and let's roll over. So we're going to do a quadruped swan. We're going to be on all fours. So hands are under the shoulders. Your arms are right under the shoulders. Hands are flat on the mat. Fingers are spread, knees under the hips. Take your hands out about 1 hand length. So your arms are out a little bit in front of your body, out in front of your shoulders. Inhale. Exhale, reach your hips back, pushing those hands down into the mat. And you should feel a little bit of energy in the back of your shoulders, maybe a little bit under the arms, and then inhale back to center. Exhale, let's go back. Ooh, I forgot one little alignment point. And inhale back. Right here, before you go back again, rotate your arms. I don't know if you can see, but my bicep, if I'm just here normally, my biceps are kind of facing in towards the center. Rotate your arms so your biceps are forward, triceps are back. That's going to engage through your rotator cuff. And then I'll go down, pressing those palms down as you go back, keeping those biceps up, and inhale back. And exhale, and inhale back. Let's do one more. Biceps forward, don't forget. And sit back on the heels and hold here. If you need to, you can bring your arms in a little bit more, but biceps still up. And inhale, come up, lift the chest. So really, we're not pushing ourselves up. Really try to lift up from the chest. And exhale, come all the way down. Drop the elbows to the mat. Inhale. Biceps up. Exhale down. Inhale. Lifting the chest forward. Exhale down. One more. Inhale. And then hold here. Go ahead and exhale. And we're going to do some swimming. This is going to help warm up their shoulders. Lift that right arm and down. Inhale. Exhale. Lift the left. Inhale down. Exhale. Lift the right. Inhale down. Exhale. Lift left. Keep your tailbone tucked under. That's going to keep you from arching your back, and it's going to keep you in your spine in alignment. Good. So go ahead and release it all, and just give me a little child's pose here. And when you're ready, let's go on to our side. Let's go into our right side. Go ahead and you can support your head. You can either bend your arm or just extend your arm. Both legs are stacked. Top arm here. Remember, in this position, your alignment is keeping those bottom ribs lifted away from the mat so that we're not just sinking into the mat. Bottom ribs are lifted. So, inhale, exhale, lift both legs up. Inhale down, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. As you're lifting your legs, aside from not forgetting to keep those bottom ribs lifted, think about lifting up and down, like you're really trying to make your legs long, like somebody's kind of lifting you up, pulling you at the same time. So just trying to get a nice stretch. Good, let's do one more. And then drop that bottom leg, sorry, and we're going to do some circles with that top leg. Bottom ribs are lifted. You're lengthening through here and reverse. 10, 9, 8, but pull that leg like somebody's pulling it as you're doing circles. Last one, hold it up. Try to hold it as high as you can. Bottom leg comes up to meet it. 2. Bottom ribs are lifted. You're breathing. Good. Let both legs down. Your right arm is out on the floor. That's going to give you a little push-up. We'll inhale, exhale, and then roll back so that you're kind of facing your legs, lift both together. Now you may need to move a little bit forward towards the front of your mat so you don't roll off the back. So we'll inhale, exhale, roll, lift those legs. Good. And come down. Again, lift. And come down. Roll. So turning almost like you're facing up, both legs are lifting. If it's hard, just lift one leg. Just lift your top leg. So modify. And let's do one more. And roll. And lift. Nice job. Good. Let's go ahead and sit up. And let's stretch out that side. Good. Let's face down now. Right, we're going to float our head. So your chin should be tucked slightly so that the back of the neck is long. We don't want to be in this position, okay? So floating the head, tuck the chin down. Legs are going out towards the corners of your mat, and your belly is pulled away from the mat. In this prone position, it's really important that when you're breathing, that you're not pushing your belly into the mat. All right, so really trying to pull that belly away. Your hip bones are slightly off the mat in this position as well. Your arms are down by your side, and your palms are down. So we're not squeezing shoulder blades. We're going to focus on using all these upper back or these upper body muscles. When we inhale, legs are nice and engaged and energetic. So squeeze the glutes. Inhale, exhale, lift, really lift up the chest. And use all those back muscles, all of them, not just shoulder blades, and then inhale down. Your arms, your feet, your fingers kind of reach for the heels, so keep that belly button pulled away. Inhale, exhale. The head may come up just a little bit, but we're not leading with the head or the neck. Inhale down, exhale, lift. Inhale down. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. One more. Exhale. And inhale. Good job. So, stack your hands. Rest your head on your hands. Your legs are still going out to the corners of the mat. Belly button pulled away. Inhale, exhale, lift that right leg from the glute. So that leg is straight and it's lifting from your bum. And lift the other one, left. Inhale down, exhale, lift the right. Inhale, exhale. Leg is straight. You have a lot of contraction, a lot of energy in the leg. We don't want to use our lower back to do the lifting. So really squeezing those glutes is important. And if you want, you can continue to alternate or switch to both legs. Belly button very pulled away from the mat. Really anchoring that pubic bone down into the mat. Using the glutes to lift. And how far up you come. It's not a big movement. It just depends on, some of the flexibility. Let's do one more. Good. So, let's do a quick little stretch here, a little child's pose. Breathing. And then come on down. we're gonna put the dart movement and the hip extension together. So floating your head off the mat, pull that belly button away from the mat. Legs have energy in them, so contract. Contract this, really tighten up the thighs, squeeze the glutes, palms are down, arms by your side. Inhale, no, and exhale, lift everything. Now, if it's hard, you can try doing one leg at a time. So you can alternate with the hip extension, with the leg lift. Or just focus on trying to lift the upper body. Keep that belly button pulled away. Inhale, exhale, lift everything. Everything's tight. Inhale down. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And release. And give me a nice child's pose. Nice deep breath in and out. And then come onto your left side. We have to do our another side lying. So same thing, you can either bend your arm and rest your head, or you can leave it straight out. Legs are stacked, bottom ribs are lifted away from the mat. So you have that little mouse house under here. Inhale, exhale, lift the legs together. Inhale down, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Good. Keeping those ribs lifted. Inhale and exhale. You're trying to limit your roll in these side lying positions. So use this hand if you need to stabilize. Lift. Last one. Keep that top leg up. You can drop the bottom leg and circles. The circle, comes from the hip. So try to circle from that whole hip. And the leg you're lengthening. Don't pull it in. Think of you're trying to touch the opposite wall, or somebody's pulling your leg while you're doing leg circles. Let's switch direction. Movement comes from the hip. But think about lengthening the leg as you do this. Which one's next? Good. Hold that leg up, lift that bottom leg. Bottom ribs are still lifted. You have that little mouse house. Good. Now, make sure that you're a little bit forward in the front of the mat. Your hand is down. You're going to lift those legs and kind of roll to face the legs. Okay? So, inhale, exhale. Lift the legs. You might find one side's a little easier than the other. Inhale, exhale, and come down. And exhale. Good. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And last one. Good. And go ahead and sit up. And take that arm over. Ooh. I think we made it. Good. Let's go ahead and lie on our back and just bring those knees in and push your lower back to the mat so that you can imprint and get that stretch through the lumbar spine. Now, let's go ahead and turn over on our side. Knees are, or legs are stacked, knees bent at 90. And you can either have both arms out, or you can support your head and just do the top arm. We're going to do an open book. So inhale and start to take that top arm over and see if you can get that arm down and get that shoulder down to the floor. We're really trying to open up the chest. Inhale back. Good. And again, open up. Try to get that shoulder blade down. And inhale. Good. Let's go to the other side. So both knees bent and stacked, arms over, inhale. Get that shoulder, trying to get the back of that shoulder down as close as you can to the floor. And inhale back. See if you notice the difference between each side. And open. Good. And come back. And let's go ahead and come onto our back. And take your right ankle up to that left thigh. Pull it in. Good. Put that left foot down. And then using that right foot, pull that knee down to the right. You're still in this figure 4 position. And then come up and then go to the other side. You're still in the figure 4, but you're going over to the other side. Think about where you feel this. You may feel it in the hip, in the glute. You may feel it in the lower back. And come on up. And then let's switch. Bring it in first. Focus on your breaths as well. Keep breathing. It's important to breathe through all the stretching. And then that foot can come down. Pull that knee over to the left. You can turn your head to the right as well. And then go over to the other side. And turn your head to the left. And come back to center. Good. Grab the backs of your legs. And let's come on up. Now, I don't know if you got the rollers out, but you can sit on them, or just let's go ahead and cross our legs. And right hand is, left hand is out down on the mat. And let's slide it down, reach over, and you're pushing that opposite hip down. So left arm is going out, right arm is going overhead, pushing your right hip down towards the mat, and then come up. Let's go to the other side. So right arm down, left arm comes overhead, pushing that left hip down to the mat. And switch sides again, hand goes to your ear. And inhale, touch that elbow to the knee. Exhale, open up. Inhale. And exhale. And one more. Inhale and exhale. Good. Let's go to the other side. Hand to the ear or the back of the head. Inhale, touch. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, really pull it open. Try to open up. Inhale. Exhale. Good, and sit up straight. And let's take a deep breath in and out. Deep breath in and out. And one more time, deep breath in and out.